My fellow competitive Overwatch players. Do you ever get teamed up with a Reinhardt who thinks he's a DPS, who charges into the enemies, starts swinging like he's Mike Tyson in the 90s? Do you ever get a Symmetra while you're attacking and places turrets in the fucking spawn? Or what about a Lucio who wants to only use speed and never heal anybody? I hope that's not the case with any of y'all, because I've come across this way too many times in competitive play, which is why I'm gonna make this tips video about how to improve your game in Overwatch. I got a message the other day while I was playing competitive telling me that I need to calm down. I get way too butthurt at this game. And that can be the case. I do get a little butthurt, but I'm a competitive person. That is why I play competitive. If somebody fucking beats me in a game of basketball one-on-one, I'll tell them to run that shit back. If my girlfriend and I are on a date and she finishes her food faster than me, I shit you not, I will tell her to pay. Or I'd be in a shitty mood the rest of the day. I'm competitive in all aspects of life. That is why I play Overwatch competitive. And when I win, it is so much funner. But when I lose, yeah, I get a little butthurt. But that's the point of competitive. That's the nature of it. That's what makes it so beautiful. It's competitive. You are competing with other people. If your main goal in competitive is just to play and have fun, go play quick play. Go play fucking arcade. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's to have fun. I repeated myself. This is unscripted. I'm not going off a fucking notepad. I have 5 tips written on a fucking sticky note that I'm about to just go over and talk about. So as you see in the background, as you've seen in probably all these other Overwatch tutorial videos, is go to the practice range or go do a custom game. You know, pick your opposing hero as Anna, because that bitch can't headshot. She's a punk. I suggest that when you're doing the custom game, you play on a map that you're not really comfortable with or that you just don't like. Because another one of my tips, and I'll have these all listed out in the description. I'm sorry if I'm going all over the place. I'm just going to try to talk about what I feel has improved me and can improve you in this game. I'm sorry if I make myself look like a fool or if I say something that's not really true. Anyways, excuse me, back to the tutorial. I suggest that you be Mcree while you're doing headshots only, because let's be honest, if you have a shot on point with Mcree or Hanzo or even Soldier or Genji, odds are you're going to have a shot on point with another hero that doesn't really need aiming. You're going to tell me that you have a shot with Mcree and your shot sucks with Zarya. No, nobody's ever said that, fucking ever. So I suggest practicing with one of the heroes that requires skill. That way when you go on to a hero that doesn't really require as much shooting skills, it'll come easier to you. Alright? Perfect timing. My other tip is try out competitive. Sooner rather than later. If you're like me, whenever you hit level 25, I went straight into competitive, got my placement matches, placed gold, which I guess is decent, and figured out where I stood in competitive play. Ever since playing competitive, I found out so many strategies that people use. I found out hero combinations, you know, like alt combinations. You can learn a lot by playing competitive than playing like, you know, 40 hours of quick play. The amount it took me to level up in quick play doesn't even compare with the amount of stuff I learned in about 2 hours in competitive. So yeah, different thing in competitive, I would suggest either playing with one other person or 2 other people, because when you play with, you know, a full team of 6, you're gonna get teamed up with the team of 6. So I suggest whenever going into competitive, get 1 or 2 trusty players that you know are gonna hold their own, and go from there. All right. Another tip I have, kind of simple, but play all the characters. Know what works for them and what doesn't work for them. Know their cooldown times. You know, playing up. Okay, so playing a Roadhog. If you play Roadhog, you know that his healing and his hook are roughly 6 to 8 seconds. So if you see that Roadhog comes up and tries to hook you and he misses, you've got about 6 seconds to pretty much kill him or counter him before he gets that hook off again. Because if you're any character other than the tank and Roadhog hooks you, you're 9 times out of 10 you're pretty much fucking dead. Let's be honest. So knowing the cooldown times on other heroes is very beneficial, especially in competitive, when you need to know that sort of information. Quick play, I mean, I don't think anybody really strategizes in quick play. And if you do, good for you, but you need to be in competitive. Another tip I have that kind of ties in with knowing all the characters is knowing alt combinations. Like right here, I'm playing with my buddy Jeremy. He was Genji. I told him to alt when I alt. And we pretty much cleared out this objective right here, other than a few other, you know, loose heroes, but we got it. And yeah, I mean, it's a really good strategy to win the game. Now right here, this kind of only works with tanks, rather, and if you're playing a Roadhog, right here I get hooked and I immediately strafe to the right or to the left. I try to get behind Roadhog to throw him off. Because I play Roadhog time to time in competitive, so when I hook somebody and I pull them close, I expect them to be in front of my fucking face. And for a frame, they are, but if you can get around Roadhog, he will not be expecting that when he hooks you. So just try to throw them off. And I guess that leads into my next tip, which is strafe. Preferably horizontally, meaning left and right. You don't want to be like moving in a straight line going up and down, because it's a lot easier to shoot somebody if they're just going in a straight line rather than in a horizontal line. You know, just stay alive, strafe, get out of the line of sights of other heroes, and you know you'll find that you'll stay alive a lot longer than you have been. Right here, this is this kind of ties into all my other tips, is knowing your hero, knowing your main, and knowing the maps. I know that Zarya is a bullet eater, and she brings the damage. And as you can see, it's 99 right here. I held off that whole zone until my teammates got there, because I know that specific flag was just a circle. So I know in that area, constant movement, constant change of directions works. And me being Zarya, who is my main, you know, just certain strategies that work together will keep you alive and keep you winning a lot more. So, I'm not trying to claim that I'm a fucking Overwatch pro. I don't even think I'm very good at this game, but I do have common sense. And this game requires a lot of common sense. You know, you can be the most skillful player ever, but if you don't have common sense, if you don't know what works with what, you can only go so far in this game. So I hope this video, for people wanting to play competitive and hopefully wanting to team up with me, perhaps, will help you. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I'll kind of have like a list of the actual tips I have in the description. This was just me putting together a couple clips and me talking out my ass. Alright? I hope y'all found these tips a little useful. If you don't want to come to me for, you know, hardcore tips about how to be good at Overwatch, I don't fucking blame you. But if you do, I appreciate it, and I will keep on making more videos. Alright, y'all? Take care. Peace.